And I just want to say that Larry King is my idol. But it's afterwards that I realized he's my idol because I read his book. One thing he said, and I always remember this because I think that's me, is he said that during the interview, you should listen carefully to the person telling his story. Because if you listen carefully, it will definitely lead you to the next question that you're going to ask him. And I realized that that's what I do. I listen carefully to their stories. You know, some people, they prepare themselves with 10 questions and they go ask, you know, boom, answer, okay, boom, answer, boom, answer. No, I prefer, and I think it's better to the listener and to the viewer, is that you listen intently and then you ask the question relating to what he just said. Then it flows. And I think it's definitely more pleasant to listeners and to the audience if you have that kind of interview. So, yeah, I just want to say that he's my idol. TV, I'm not the one controlling the machine. So, I mean, obviously the TV guy, you know, my producer or director, he said that you can stop anytime, but it's a pain for him to stop and then start over. And it's a pain for me too. So, you know, it's, I wouldn't say any bad because after all, they're not live. Wait until I do live programs. Then I'm going to tell you what was a bad one, you know. Because I don't think I even know if I can do live right now. Yeah?
I'm just thinking about the feelings. Because when I did interview by myself, it's sometimes that you're thinking that it will be good, but afterwards you're feeling so bad because you thought that it would be so wonderful, so nice, and this person would be this and that, but actually it's totally opposite. And you feel, well, I felt totally down and depressed.
Right. That's a very good question. Because, like on my way up here, I was telling John, sometimes you never know what kind of person your interviewee is. You know, he accepted the interview and said, great, oh great, I got an interview. But if he or she is a difficult person to deal with, yeah, it can be nerve-wracking. I can understand. What's a bad interview is, you know, when I do only broadcast interviews, I keep to maybe 18 to 18 minutes because eventually I have to cut it down to 15. And when at the end of the interview, I feel like I haven't gotten to the meat of the interview, then I feel bad. And that has happened a lot of times. And I don't know if that was bad preparation on my part or what, but I know I talk a lot. Well, I don't talk a lot. I ask a lot of questions. And maybe the person talks a lot too. And, you know, sometimes it takes a long time before you finally get into, you know, the role of things in the interview, but time's up. Yeah. Yes, you're right. I have some of interviews like that, but not in the film studio. But yes, only for broadcast. Yes. Did you ask what did I do with those? Okay. Sometimes for a 15-minute program, I let the interview go for maybe 16, 17 to 18, 19. But there were times when I was interviewing and I wasn't getting it. I didn't feel that it was good enough to end. So I let it go for 20, 25 before finally I cut it. But that means doing more work afterwards, right? Trying to edit down 15. That's how I deal with it. But there were times when I just got to let it go because maybe the interview wasn't a talker, and so you feel like no matter what you do, it's just not going to be any better. So yeah, there are times. And I don't know about you, you know, what kind of personality you are, but I'm a person very hard on myself. I feel like, you know, if only I had done this, if only I had done that. But I know, yeah, that's normal, so we're in the same boat. Good question. Thanks. Any other questions? How about we take a 10-minute break? Is that okay?
Yes, sure.
Okay, a 10-minute break.